you really research well, and if you do all the things, whatever the way you follow the instructions given on the portal of the university itself, the application process is smooth. And you can also get back to us as also if you have any queries or if you face any problems during application. Though we don't process or produce any documents, but we can support if you do not understand anything in the application form, or if you do not understand the document or what to fill in and etc. You can get back to us as well. And check the university websites to be on the safer side always, always. So that is to avoid last minute or 11th hour confusion or trouble. So when we have seen in the first few slides itself, what are the good reasons to study in Germany, and one of the reasons being low or zero tuition fee or economical country. No? So there are zero tuition fee programs also available, or low tuition fee programs, except in the state of Baden-Württemberg in southern Germany. Irrespective of tuition fees, you need to pay semester contribution towards administrative costs, and for that cost, you need to check individual university websites. So this is a living cost in Germany, 861 euros per month. So that includes practically everything, your food, accommodation, then study material, local transport, health insurance, and this and that. Everything is included in that, and in this amount, you can live really good student's life in Germany. So blocked account, you need actually when you apply for visa, no? So if you multiply this 861 into 12, no, then amount should come like this. So approximately 10,332 euros per year. This is what the yearly expenses, and you need to prove these expenses, or that means you have this amount by opening a blocked account. So this is the proof of financial resources, and this is accepted by the German embassy or consulate. And withdrawal limit is, of course, 861 euros per month. And you will also find a list of banks processing this blocked account thing. So once you block this amount yearly, then that is blocked. You cannot use that amount in India, but once you land in Germany, you can start using this amount. And if you contact Kotak Mahindra, Deutsche Bank, Fintiba, Expatria, there are various options, and then you can get in touch with these banks individually and decide with which bank you would like to open a blocked account. But this is the mandatory financial proof. Embassies do not accept your cash or your FDs and so on and so forth, but blocked account is the only way to prove your financial resources. Of course, you can work part-time and earn some pocket money. So 120 full days or 240 half days per year you can work. And this is where your German language will also help you, though it is very competitive to get these jobs as well. And you can work in any restaurant, you can work in library, or you can work in international office, or you can work in with any industry and so on and so forth. Or you can assist any professor. These are called PV jobs in Germany. So there are various kinds of jobs available. Find out visa now. Once you get the admission. So as far as India is concerned, our there are embassy is in Delhi, and there are 4 consulates in Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, and Mumbai. So you need to find out your respective jurisdiction, and you can apply for visa in Germany. You need to apply, go through German national visa, students visa channel, and on the embassy's or consulate's website also there is a checklist given for students visa. So you need to follow the checklist, and you need to prepare all the necessary documents which are required as, so to say, visa documents. And there are German embassies in Bangladesh, uh, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. So those who are from these countries, they can apply to their embassies, and for Bhutanese students, they can apply to the German embassy in New Delhi. So these are some important web links. For international courses, these are usually English taught programs. So this is the Webering International Hyphen Programs, IDP. We call it. Studying in Germany, you will get to know more about Germany. You can also read blogs from students and get more information. You can also read about German cities and you can see videos and so on and so forth. Universities in Germany, Hochschule Kompass. You can also find this website in English as well about information about universities in Germany. International offices of DAAD, you can find out on daad.de/AAA. And there is a scholarship database, funding-guide.de. So there, apart from DAD, also you can find out other options if there are any. And My Guide, as I said, this is a tool through which you can shortlist the suitable universities for you. So that's it from my side now. And now before I hand over to my colleague Suganya for the Q&A bit. So here we have our young ambassador Sharayu. She has joined us, Sharayu Zo. Sharayu, can I request you to switch on your camera if you can, so that everybody can see. Okay, I guess there is some problem. So Sharayu, basically, she's currently doing bachelor's in Germany in business administration from Technical University of Munich, and she will also join the Q&A bit, and whenever and wherever possible, she will also try to pitch in and give answers of your queries. Now I hand over to Suganya. Suganya, over to you now.
Hi. Yeah. Sorry, I'm here. There was just an issue with my. But I'm here.
No issue. Wow, yeah. So this is Sharayu. She's doing bachelor's from Germany. So she will also, as I said, that she will also try to answer the queries, and if also she wants to add on something to her, she has first-hand experience. So, uh, so welcome, Sharayu. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Suganya, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Girija, for the wonderful presentation. It did give us a nice insight about the procedures and the requirements and everything. And with this, if you have further questions, please type it in the chat pod and the Q&A pod, and we will try to answer as much as possible your questions today. Or else, as my colleague just mentioned, we do have a dedicated Q&A session on the 17th of August. So there also you could please join and ask for further questions. And one more request from our side is please send the questions to everyone and do not repeat the questions. We will try to answer all the questions. Okay, thank you. And with that, I will start. Here Pradeep has asked, can one take admission in the business course giving BSc degree after passing with commerce subjects at higher secondary level? No, Pradeep. If I understand, you have finished your 12th standard with commerce and have done BSc. But this 1 year bachelor option is subject specific admission. You have to do the bachelor's in India in the same subject which you want to continue to do your bachelor's in Germany. Which type, again, Bhavya is asking, which type of university is better and gives wide range options for technical areas? See, as my colleague has mentioned in the presentation, both are good. There is nothing, this is good, this is bad, but their approach is different. Technical university is more towards technical knowledge, and Fachhochschule or the University of Applied Sciences are into more, application, practice-oriented learning. So depending on your interest and future plans, what you want to do, you can select either this or that. If your intention is to do PhD, then technical university is a better choice, and technical university has wide range of courses as compared to the applied sciences, which has more technical courses. Good. And we have a question from Madhav, UG student has to apply to Student College through UniAssist. Yeah, it depends on the university, Madhav. If your university says accepts the application directly, you can apply directly. Or if the university says you apply through the Student College, then you have to apply through the Student College. So Student College will check for the completeness of your certificate, whether you have the documents, but the final call will be taken by the university. Please give a list of procedures for Student College next summer selection. Yeah, Sharayu, here I would request Sharayu to share her experience because she has done a Student College in Germany and then she is now doing her bachelor's. Sharayu, could you please give us an idea, like explain how the entire process goes on?
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just give a quick explanation of how I applied. So I did my junior college in India, in Pune, in a commerce college. So I completed 11th and 12th from a commerce college. Meanwhile, I was focusing on improving my German skills at Goethe Institute itself. So I finished courses till C1.1. Meanwhile, I was applying to German universities because I think it is important to note here that when I'm telling my experience, this is about 2018, but I cannot guarantee if it has changed at this point. So I would really request you all to check the current status and not take my word as gospel. So maybe it has changed, but let me just give you an idea of how it used to be back then. So I applied to universities, and the universities then directed me to Student College because my education was only 12 years, so first to 10th standard and plus 11th and 12th standard. And that is not enough to apply to a German university for a bachelor's degree. That is why the universities themselves directed me to the Student College and told me to come to the places where the Aufnahme test, as I see most of you know about, will be held. So when I took it, the Aufnahme test used to be in person. So I flew to Munich. And that was the first Aufnahme test I took, so I won't be able to tell about other places as well, unfortunately. So in Munich, I took the Aufnahme test, and it was, I'm not sure if the format changes, but I do know that there are different things that are tested for different types of courses. So I did a W course, which was for Wirtschaft, and in the end, I was going to choose Betriebswirtschaftslehre only, which is why this course was working. So I chose W course, I finished it, and then I did Verstellungsprüfung. And after that, you have to apply to the university again for a bachelor's degree, which is what I had to do. So I applied to LMU, TUM, and a few other universities. And then I decided to go with TUM. So TUM considers your grades from Student College as well as your grades from before. But LMU does not do that. LMU only used to require your grade from Student College. So here again, this is a thing that you must check with the university. If they will consider your grades from your board exam in India and your Student College score, or will they only consider your Student College score? And then in TUM, I applied for Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with Computer Science, because I wanted to, later I realized that combining it would make more sense for the type of career I want to pursue. So I am pursuing this degree right now.
Good. Thank you, Sharayu. And once you got selected from the Student College from Munich, TU Munich, and then you did apply for the visa here, and it's the regular student visa you got, and then the same procedures, or is it something different? Because one student has asked about the visa condition for the Student College.
Yeah. So I directly applied for a student visa before I went to even take the Student College test, because the tricky part at that point was that the Student College test took place on the 3rd of September, and Student College actually, they sent out the results in about 5 to 6 days, and they started it on the 13th of September. So in that short period of time, it is impossible to apply for a student visa and get it. So I had to apply for a student visa in advance, even before I went to just take the test. So that could be something that you should look into. However, again, a word of caution, maybe this has changed, so make sure that you are up to date with the new information.
Good. Thank you, Sharayu. And there is one question from Amit Sharma. Which engineering courses are currently at demand in Germany? See, since Germany is a developed country, you have a future and good opportunities for all courses. So it is up to your interest and your field which you want to continue. Please select accordingly and pursue your bachelor's and further education. And how Shubham is asking, how can I clearly segregate the universities? Please use our tool, myguide.de, which my colleague just mentioned. There you will get a list also whether it is a public university or private universities, because public universities in most of the states, they cost very less or no tuition fees, whereas in the private universities you have to pay your semester fees or tuition fees. What documents should I keep ready for universities? So it is the standard for all the universities. But it could vary from the university to university. Please check with the university's particular website for the requirements. Otherwise, generally, your school living certificate, your transcripts, your CV, and motivation letter, recommendation letters. These are all the standard things. And if you want to do in German, there's the German language proficiency. And if it is an English document, there's the English language proficiency. These are all the standard things. Apart from that, it could vary from the university to universities. Please check with that particular university. And Sohan is asking, what is the procedure to open a draft account? Yeah, my colleague has answered this question. So the processing please check with the German embassy or the consulate websites for more details about opening up the draft account. So draft account is a kind of a financial security you show while getting the visa to stay. In this day. Years. So either you should go for the student colleague or you have to do 1 year of bachelor's. So that way, please check with the university if you have done 13 years of education, or please precisely mention how it counted to 13 years in your case. Porag, do gap years matter in order to do bachelor's in Germany? Yeah, but it depends on how long is the gap, but generally age is not a criteria, but you have to fulfill the requirements. Then once you fulfill the requirements, of course, you can start with your bachelor's in Germany. Hardwick, he is from the IB board. No, see, if you are from the IB board, you don't have to attend the student colleague, but again, these are all the channels we have mentioned. But please check with that particular university. Sharayu, can you please give a word on this? Because some universities, though they have 13 years of education or from IB, they would like to have student colleague or 1 year preparatory course in Germany, right? There, I think that case also happens. Could you please share your experience? And about Aufnahmeprüfung also, somebody has asked.
Sure. So yes, that is correct. Some universities are flexible, or some universities have different regulations when they decide how many years the students should have studied before entering university. So I would suggest you to not apply the one size fits all rule to all universities. So if you know already which course you want to pursue, you know already which degree you would like to do and what would help you in the future, you should then find the universities that offer this course and then find a solution for that particular university. So it might also be that for the course that you want to do or you wish to do in the Fachhochschule, say, it's not required that you do a Studienkolleg. So the best way is to then correspond with the university query department itself and make sure of that. Yes, it is possible. And about yes.
Sorry, Sharayu, if I may just add, since you come from IB or you have your IB certificate, it would also depend upon the subject combination that you had for IB, because universities may not ask you for any extra training, any extra Studienkolleg if you have the perfect subject combination that they need. On the other hand, if you don't have